Hi, how you doing? Matthew Jeffries here, Conquer Diabetes. And what I want to talk to you today about is why we fail at our exercise goals. So what is it? Why is it that I'm looking at a magazine or I'm looking at the internet, I see an actor on a movie, I see a girl on a fitness video or a guy, whatever, and I go, I want to look like that. What do I got to do? So I go ahead and pull up their workout regime, and I'm like, okay, and I plan it out. I go to the gym, I get a membership, I'm figuring out the weights, all this stuff, and then I just stop showing up. I stop going. I tell myself, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow happens, and then I got the kids. I got work was so crazy today, and I just didn't get any sleep last night, or I'll do it tomorrow. Folks, tomorrow's not going to happen. Tomorrow is never going to be there. Most of the people who are watching this, have been told that they have type 2 diabetes. And, or maybe even pre-diabetic. You're lucky because you can't lie to yourself anymore. You can't. You can't tell yourself that I'll be okay. I'll be good. You can't do that anymore. And you can't make it about yourself. One of the biggest things that I find is that, especially when I was a personal trainer, and I would see this a lot, is people would make the goal, I want to look like this person, or I want to look like this person. And then it didn't work out like that. They couldn't, couldn't get there in 2 weeks, and then they were done, right? Because it's painful. It sucks. It's not natural. I mean, you're sitting there and you're putting yourself through abuse. You're running. You're not used to that. You go to the office. You sit at a chair all day. You're working on a computer. You're working on a laptop. That's not natural given where you're at or where you've been. I mean, that's not a thing. That's all new. And so my challenge to you is number one, if you're watching this video, you're not around anybody, you're not driving, what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes. And when you close your eyes, I want you to picture yourself, not the person on an ad, not the person anywhere else. I want you to see yourself and see what you want to become. See it clearly and hold on to that. Know where you want to end up. Once you have that, once you know where you are going to end up, where you're going to go, that's motivation, right? That's going to get you back in the game. That's going to put you back where you need to go. Okay? And the next step is we have to develop a habit. We have to make getting in that exercise, going to the gym, we have to make that habit. But I don't feel like you can jump right into it. Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to set little habits. So, for instance, if you work at an office, instead of sitting at your desk all day, stand. And first, do it for 5 minutes straight, 10 minutes straight. Track that progress every day. Put a little block in your planner and check it off every single day until you just do it. From there, then you're doing something interesting. Then well, I'm doing this every day and it's no longer an issue. It's not hard. Then you need to move on to something different, something a little bit tougher. say walking around the block, going out, kayaking, doing something a little out of your wheelhouse from before. And check that off every day. If you can do that and create a habit to where it's just like tying your shoes in the morning or making that cup of coffee, if you can turn that into a habit, then you're on your way to success with fitness and exercise. One of my favorite sayings to any new soldiers I get is insanity is doing the same exact thing but expecting a different result to happen. It's not. It never will. Now, when you closed your eyes and you saw that person you were going to become, that's different from where you're at. Well, if you want something you've never had, you're going to have to do something you've never done. And that's getting your ass up and doing it every single day, over and over and over again. And that brings me on to the final topic. Your goal can't be about you. Your goal has to be something larger than you. It has to be something more important than you, where if you don't achieve it, if you don't check that block off, you're letting something and someone else down. That is just unacceptable. My personal goal that's larger than myself is my children, and I want to be a role model for them. I want them to go, that's my dad. That's my father. And be proud. And that's the thing that kind of gets me through it. That is the thing that brought me back from when I got to my heaviest is, I'll never forget the moment. I remember I just found out my father had type 2 diabetes, and I was bending over to tie my shoes, and I registered that it hurt, that it literally was hard for me to breathe doing that. And the thing that popped in my head was my kids. And that was when I said no more. That was when, at no point is the lifestyle, the diet I was on, my working out my exercise habits, no point was that acceptable, was that allowable at all. And so I challenge you today to figure out what is your thing that's bigger than you. What is it? Write it down. Know it. Have it as a source of strength whenever you're feeling down, whenever you're feeling weak, and whenever that little voice that's inside your head is saying, tomorrow. No more. Okay? So, number one, write down your goal. What is your daily goal? Is it to stand for an extra 5 minutes? Is it to walk around the block? Is it to ride a bike like when you were a kid again? Is it to kayak? What can you start checking off? Okay? Number two, why are you doing it? And it can't be about you, because if it's about you, you're going to fail. You just are. Period. You're going to fail. Write those things down. Stick with it. Also, hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Also, leave a comment down below so that we can kind of gear our content around the things that you actually want to see and know about. Okay? So, one of the next videos we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about movement and things of that nature. So I'm pretty excited about that. Anyways, thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. And have a great day. Bye.